Hello and welcome to another race for F5 this week in Britain. As we have a lot of people already out on track and Reese March hit already qualifying disaster. I think it was NSR Storm indeed. Collision with Reese March, getting a 5-place grid penalty for that. Very unfortunate. So we will have a Merc who will be setting the first lap, which will be the Mercedes of Jose Mandeville. As we actually have a full lobby today, 20 players. I wasn't expecting that. As Jose Mandeville starts his lap right now on the soft compound tire, going through the first couple of turns. Yellow flag in sector 1. His purple first sector got taken away immediately. I think Michael Edwards might be setting in a faster lap then. Yeah, Sondre, good evening to you too, and thanks for wishing me good luck. Jose Mandeville then going through Maggots and Baggots, and then through Chapel, as he actually backed off his lap and goes out of the way for Michael Edwards to do his lap, and he going in the third sector, coming through the last couple of turns, as he will set a 125.5, a 125.5 on soft compound tires. That's the first lap. Next we have Johnny setting a 127 flat, Tim setting a 126.3, Tom Jewell going for the fastest lap, setting a 125.3. Luke Baker wishing everyone good luck. Good luck to you too, Luke. Who else is on a lap? Jared Fosbury is on a lap. Coming around the final corner right now on the mediums. Oh no, he's on his out lap. Then let's take a look at, is it Jeremy Pope? It is Jeremy Pope coming around the final few turns right now. Sets a 128 flat, only good for P5. As then we have the AlphaTauri of Michael Marlowe, who sets a 125.8, Riley Manning, who sets a 125.7, goes in P3. Both McLarens into the podium positions, only this is only qualifying now, so we'll see what that brings us. As who else is finishing his lap? Is that Jared? No. It's Tim. Is Tim doing another lap on his mediums? No, he went into the pits. Of course. Nelson Santos coming around the final few corners. Will he take away pole position? No, he goes third fastest, 125.6. As then we have the Racing Point of Johnny going over the line. Does not set a better lap, still on a 127 flat, as Jared sets a 26.6. Reese March, think that's him finishing his out lap. Let's see, who else do we have? Jeremy Pope, who just started his Jeremy Pope 28 flat. Everyone going into the pits there. Jose Mandeville on his out lap. So Nelson Santos going around. We have yellow flags in sector 3. That is Craig Woolley going slow. I guess he's out of fuel and also out of ERS then. He will be going into the pits, which means the next person over the line will be Jose Mandeville going through maggots. Oh no, that's not. Oh, wrong one. Nelson Santos, unless he dives into the pits too. As we then have a Ferrari there from Luke Baker going around the final few corners on the mediums. Can he go faster than the other medium runners? He sets a no time. Okay. Probably finishing his outlap then. This game is full of bugs. Very unfortunately for commentators, but it is what it is. And we have to deal with what Codemasters gives us. So Reese March then finishing his lap. Sets a 1:26.3 on the mediums. Second fastest of the medium runners. First is Tim in P6. Tom Jewell still on pole. As we have Jose Mandeville on the final straight. Riley Manning. As we have then Michael Edwards coming around. Final corner, not improving his lap or starting his lap. As then we have Jose Mandeville coming around, and he goes on pole with a 1:24.9. Faster than Tom Jewell by 4/10. Just drops Tom Jewell off the throne. So next one over the line will be Luke Baker. I might be wrong, I think that's Thomas MacGyver or Tom Jewell. Thomas MacGyver may be starting his lap now, he's still in the pit, so that must be Tom Jewell. As Luke sets a 1:27.9. Next up we have NSR Storm, I think, no. We have a Williams coming in, either Jessica Harrison, and that is starting a lap now. Billy still into the pits. As Enzo also starting his lap. As we have the guys in the top 3 all out on their laps. Tom Jewell in the second sector right now. As Michael Edwards going through the final couple of corners, and he goes second fastest with a 1:25.2. Tim, another lap on the mediums it looks like. As we have Luke going around maggots and baggots through Chapel onto the final straight. Probably on his in lap, not too sure about that, but I think he is. If you can excuse me a moment. Meister. Kuro is goed. Ja. Ja. En om laat tegen 7 uur zoals altijd. I'm sorry for that. As we have Craig Woolley on his out lap. We have NSR Storm coming out of the pits. Who else is going over the line? Is that not Tom Spicer? Must be Craig Woolley. Set a 1:28.1 actually. Jeremy Pope setting a 1:28 flat as Craig Woolley actually binned it into the barrier. Well done. Does he have front wing damage? I think he does. Taking out the brake marker board. Waiting to let people by. Getting back on track. This will probably be his in lap since he hit the barrier. NSR Storm going through the second sector, the only one on the lap that hasn't set a lap yet. As Billy actually, did he just join or retire or left? I couldn't quite see. As we have NSR Storm going through Chapel onto the final straight, not opening his DRS, so I think, yeah, he has invalidated his lap already. Sorry for not noticing that. As he is gonna go for another lap. He hasn't done any laps on his soft, so this was his out lap, I guess. Still invalidated, so he must have done one hell of an infringement to get both laps binned. As we have Jose Mandeville on an out lap on the mediums, it looks like, or on the softs, because that's what it says on the time screen. Jared Fosbury going through the second sector, as we then have Thomas MacGyver joining the lobby again. Thomas MacGyver's internet problems as usual. Hey Logan, shouldn't you be racing in F3? Shouldn't you be? Or are you reserve and can't you drive now? As we have a yellow flag in sector 1. Don't know what for. There's our Storm on his outlap, as we have now Jared going into the pits. Jose Mandeville started his lap, as we have the racing point of Johnny going slow. He hit the grass and thereby invalidates his lap. Nelson Santos on an out lap. Who else do we have? NSR Storm going through the final couple of corners, starting his lap right now, as he will be the only one on a lap right now besides Jose Mandeville. I think Johnny will go into the pits since he has invalidated his lap and lost a lot of time, as we have Billy and Thomas MacGyver actually both leaving the session. So let's jump to Jose Mandeville, then coming around and going into the pits. Yes, he is. As let's go back to NSR Storm then, as he just reset back on track, if I just saw that correctly. And that's his qualifying not over, I think, I'm not sure. He's going very slowly and has invalidated his lap. It says he's in the pit and I can't spectate him anymore. I think he retired. Too much damage. Another person in the pits, as we have Nelson Santos on a lap, as he is actually the only one on a lap. We have about 5 other people on out laps. Going through the second sector, going through the yellow flags, as we now have the whole track yellow flags, but going back to green flags. Very weird game sometimes, F1 2020. They really need to put some more time into the online feature of this game. As Jessica Harrison started her lap, Reese March started his lap, Enzo started his lap, as that is Billy retiring from the session without a lap, so he will be starting dead last. Unfortunately for him, Matt Romano isn't here in this race today, because he would be starting dead last if he was here. Let's then see Reese March. He is, as we have Jessica Harrison, who will be the next one to set another lap. Last lap on the medium, so 1:26.6. What can she do on the softs? Going through the final set of corners. Coming around to finish her lap and sets a nothing yet. maybe that was her outlap. Then next one over the line will be Reese March, as he improves on his lap with a 125.5, as we have then a Haas going over the line. That was NSR Storm again, not setting a lap. He's invalidating a lot. As Michael Edwards into the second sector, Riley Manning just came over the line. Who is the next one over the line? As Enzo sets a 126.9. Luke on his outlap, letting the racing point of Reese March by. As Riley Manning retired from the session. I don't know what happened there. Let's see. Enzo is going on that part of the track right now, as there's a Haas and a McLaren right there standing, and another one also, or I think that might be the Alfa Romeo of Tom Jewell that was going slowly, who is now not going slow anymore. As we have the Haas is moving again. I think that was Storm's Haas. As Jeremy Pope also both there on a lap. As we have Enzo retiring from the session too. A lot of people are doing the laps right now. Michael Marlowe started his lap on the softs. Next one over the line will be a Ferrari. I think that is Luke. It is Luke Baker starting his lap. Next one is a Mercedes. The Mercedes of Jose Mandeville still on a 124.9, as qualifying is over now, so everyone who will go over the line is done. As that is Tom Spicer going P11 with a 126.4. He cannot improve his lap anymore, as we have a few of them going into the pits. That will be Tom Jewell and Reese March both driving the cars into the pits. Reese March retired already, as we have the Jeremy Pope, his Haas, going over the line, as we have another Mercedes of Nelson Santos who just came over the line, who hasn't actually finished qualifying yet, so he might be able to set another lap if the game allows him to, which I would find that very weird. Next one over the line will be the McLarens. That was Michael Edwards, as there is a racing point coming of Johnny on the softs this time. Can he improve on his time? Yes, he does, only by 1. Goes from 13 to P12 with a 126.6. Next one over the line, as someone spun in the final sector. That was Jared. So that's his qualifying session over. He need to be happy with P20 since he got disqualified. Unlucky, Jared, unlucky. Tom Jewell did a 24.8 but invalid. Was doing 24.5 in practice and bottled it. Well, all I can see is that there's a lot of people who bottle in F5. I'm still waiting for Jared to bottle. Well, he just bottled his qualifying, but I'm still waiting for him to bottle his race. What a bullshit disqualification. Well, Jared, you're gonna have to cut your way through the field today. When purple on middle sector was gonna improve to P5 but got a half spin out of the final corner. Thomas, you would have been P1. Jared, what happened? Jared actually bottled it in the final 3 corners, and then he got disqualified, but I don't know what for he got disqualified. That is very weird in my eyes, as we have Craig Woolley and Jessica Harrison still into the pits. If they can retire, so we can, well, there's only 30 seconds left, so it's not gonna make that big of a difference. And SR Storm still on the lap, invalidated again. Qualifying will be over very soon. Very unfortunate, Jared, to get, you could have had P8 and then you will go for disqualification and get P20. That's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. If the game if the game disqualifies you, then you gotta live with it and move on and make up for it in the race. As qualifying should be over then, yes it is over, as Storm actually retired from the race. As there we have our timings. That's Jose Mandeville on pole, followed by Tim, who actually went second. Ross Denholm, who went third. Wait, am I being wrong then? Ross Denholm. Ooh. Tom Jewell, fourth, followed by Michael Edwards, Riley Manning, Nelson Santos, Reese March, Michael Marlowe, Tom Spicer, Johnny, Enzo, Luke Baker, Jeremy Pope, Greg Woolley, Thomas MacGyver, Jessica Harrison, and then NSR Storm not setting a lap, same as Thomas MacGyver and Jessica Harrison, P19, Billy, and disqualified Jared, P20, rounds up the grid. I'm sorry, Ross Denholm, I think I have been calling you Jessica Harrison this whole qualifying. I'm very sorry if that's the case. Yeah. That's my fault. As we are waiting for everyone to load in. Lap 1 safety car, please. We'll see. Wednesday in FP we had a safety car on lap 2, which actually wasn't really benefiting my race. It could have benefited my race, but it didn't. And there we go, everyone is on the grid now, getting their setups ready. And the formation lap. There we go. As we start the formation lap right now with Jose Mandeville in first, followed by Tim Bruce Dalins. What is he going to do in the first couple of corners? Will he take the lead, or will he stay behind? Jared actually in P9, starting P19 instead of P20. As Thomas MacGyver leaves the session again. I think we're gonna see that happening a lot of times today. Jared having to cut through the field from P19 to get a podium this race, which will be very unlikely, but he will need to score some points for his team together with Tim if they want to win the Constructor Championships before the season ends, which is not a big chance, which the chance is not high, because Mercedes, their jump with a 1-2 last week, and Jose Mandeville, the Mercedes, on pole again this week. He's gonna score a handful of points again, I think, which means that Tim and Jared are only gonna have it harder to get that Constructor Championship win. I think Tim will win the driver standings, but we'll see. It's not yet there. As everyone warming up the tires on the formation lap. As we have the cars now actually lining up on the grid. NSR Storm will be the last one to line up on the grid. As there he comes now, and he stands there. Thomas MacGyver is still not joined yet. Joseph Mandeville and Paul. There we go. We get the good view instantly, and it's lights out, and away we go. As actually the timing screens are fucked up again, and that is Jose Mandeville who cut into Tim and actually lost a piece of his front wing. Who actually lost a piece of his front wing on the straight by hitting the barrier because he tried to cut off Tim, but then actually got pitted by Tim, as his whole right front wing is almost off, losing a lot of places. Everyone is going by him, and we have yellow flags already. That was the Williams of Billy, who is about 2 seconds behind Jessica Harrison in P19. So we still have then Tim in P1. Very lucky for him to not pick up any damage from that. Russ Denon behind, followed by Tom Jewell. Tom Jewell in the podium positions. Good luck to you, friend. Followed by Michael Edwards, Riley Manning on this, as that is Tom Jewell, who actually bottled his race into Maggots and Baggots or Chapel. I am not sure which of the two, which one is. So that is Tom Jewell going from P3, the podium positions, to P14. I'm very sorry. Commentator's curse, I suppose. I'm very sorry for you, as Billy is still, Billy is still catching up to the field. Jose Mandeville going very slow, probably going into the pits. Yes, he will go into the pits. The DRS has been enabled already. That can't be correct, because it's only lap 2. Jose Mandeville losing a lot of time, since this is the longest pit lane on the calendar, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Only 2 people on the medium tires, which are Luke Baker and Jared Fosbury. Jared Fosbury is still waiting for him to bottle his race, one of his races. Still waiting for that, as the timing screens are doing their thing again. Tom Jewell hasn't, well, from P3 to 14 to P14, that he lost a lot of positions, but he's not dead last, and he's still in the mix, fighting Luke Baker on the medium tires. As NSR Storm is actually, he's ghosted, so that's why Jose Mandeville is in P19, but very far off the field. And we have a racing point, actually, that's a racing point of Reese March, who has bottled it through the fast right-hander before Maggots and Baggots, as he now ends up in P19, Jose Mandeville P20. The ghosted cars, the ghosted cars of Thomas MacGyver and NSR Storm's not ghosted anymore. Thomas MacGyver's ghosted car is still doing better than some people in the actual cars. Jose Mandeville is gonna have one hell of a job to catch back up to the field, as we don't really have any battles going on. We do have the battle for P4 going on, with Nelson Santos on the back of Michael Marlowe on the back of Michael Edwards, and he is on the back of his teammate Riley Manning, all within a couple of seconds from each other. This is the fight for P3, as we also have 1 second back. We have Johnny with Tom Spicy behind him, Enzo behind that, Jeremy Pope behind that, and there we have Jared on his mediums behind them. That's another fight for P8. Yes, that is the fight for P8, as Tom Spice actually lost out massively to Johnny from Luke Baker, getting a 3-second time penalty. As did I just see someone bottle? No, I did not. That's my eyes deceiving me. Tom Jewell, who got past Luke Baker, now trying to catch back up to Jared Fosbury on the mediums. He is about a second and 2/10 behind to make that 3/10, and he's The battle for P3 still going on, still nothing changed. Battle for P8 still nothing changed either. We have a battle for P16, as that is Reese March. Billy actually diving into the pits. Does he have front wing damage then? Let's check that, if it will let us check. Yes, they are ready with a front wing right there, so he will get a new front wing, as we have Billy's teammate for this race, Ross Denholm, on the back of Tim, only 6 tenths behind. If he can close that gap, this will be the fight for P1, as the fight for P3 is actually now not a 4-way battle anymore, but only a 2-way battle. But between the two teammates, will we see team orders coming into play? Because it looks like Michael Edwards is that slight bit faster than Riley Manning. Will we see team orders come into play, or are they gonna battle it out? We'll see that, as we have Greg Woolley on the back of Luke Baker. Let's jump through to that. There it is. Not close enough yet to make a move, 7 tenths behind. And what else do we have? We have Tom Jewell who actually caught up to the train here on the back of Jared, which is still now the fight for P7. They're all in for the fight for P7 between Tom Jewell, Jared Fosbury, Jeremy Pope and Sir Hamrick and Tom Spicer, as Tom Spicer actually built an 8-tenth gap to Enzo, and I don't think 8 tenths will be enough, because they're still in the DRS range, as they have a lot of ERS, as Enzo is still on 90 ERS, Tom Spicer on 10% ERS, having no ERS left almost, as that is Jeremy Pope trying to make a move, but wasn't close enough, only 50% left of his ERS. Tom Jewell, who actually got past Jared on the straight there, he's now gonna try and make a move on the guys in front if his tires will let him, because they're all on the softs. As Greg Woolley also got past of Luke Baker, and lets Luke Baker back past again. I think something happened between the two that he lets him back past, or he just lost power or something. I don't know. As actually someone spun there. That is the racing point of Reese March, but we also have the fight for P1 between Ross Denholm and Tim Bruce Dalins, which is now a gap of only 4 tenths. What is Ross Denholm gonna do in this fight? Jose Mendeville in P18, who would be in the mix for the podium positions, is now in P19, not close enough. I'm sorry. As Riley Manning still on the back of his teammates, 6 tenths behind. Nelson Santos on the back of that, 3 tenths behind. And then we have Johnny 3 seconds behind the guys in front. Tom Spicer, who seems to only lose out more time to Johnny in his racing point, as we have Jeremy Pope overtaking Enzo. And that is Tom Jewell, who also wants to get the overtakes done. IRL Jared Fosbury, who is wants to get himself into the mix, as there Tom Jewell overtaking Enzo. Will Jared go past too? Yes, he does. And he makes the move before the corner. Now Tom Jewell looking to get on the back of Jeremy Pope and he'd overtake, of course, and then once he did that, he can get to Tom Spicer, because they all have way more ERS than Tom Spicer has, because Tom Spicer has been depleting it all on the straight. Very unfortunate for him. That's why he also cannot catch up to the racing point in front of him, as we have another yellow flag at Chapel, I think that is. Nothing really happening there for the looks of it, as we have Nelson Santos diving into the pits, trying to undercut people, I guess. Still, Johnny still behind Riley Manning, 5.1 seconds behind. Tom Spicer getting the gap between him and the racing point in front only bigger, which it was 1.5 seconds, now only 2.3 seconds, as we have Jeremy Pope and Jared Fosbury, Enzo and Tom Jewell. Tom Jewell must have had a mishap because he is now all the way on the back of the train again, as they will all be looking to get past Tom Spicer still to get another, to actually close the gap between to Johnny in his Force India Racing Point, I'm sorry, as NSR Storm on softs in P20, as Billy, Reese March and Joseph Mendeville all on the hard tires. They might be having their own battle. Reese March only 2.2 seconds behind Billy Musson. Nelson Santos, who just came into the pits, and there is Jessica Harrison, who just spun. Looks like I chose the right car at the right moment, as there is Joseph Mandeville also going past Jessica Harrison. Billy will not pass Jessica Harrison, not yet, as she gets going again. Those softs are really worn now, as we have Johnny in his Racing Point diving into the pits. All these guys behind staying out. The gap from first to second was 4 tenths, now got back down to 6 tenths, as the gap from second to third is now also only about a second, about 7 tenths, as Riley Manning also 7 tenths, and Jeremy Pope got past Tom Spicer eventually, as they are now 8.2 seconds behind the top 4, who are having literally their own battle 8 seconds up the road. Can they catch up or can they not? That's the question. Now the big thing is that Jared, Enzo and Tom Jewell are all looking to get past Tom Spicer, because Tom Spicer is really holding up this train, was holding up this train, as Jeremy Pope actually made up 1/10. At this pace you're not gonna catch back up to them unless you have a better strategy than them, which could get you into the podium pink positions. Tim Bruce-Dalen still in P1. I don't think he's gonna give away this lead, or he must bottle like he did last week. Jared 110 behind Tom Spicer. Is he gonna make the move, as they are both on almost no ERS, and he makes the move even before the corner, locks up a small bit and is in front. Next one looking to get past Tom Spicer is Tom Jewell, but Tom Spicer dives into the pits, as that promotes Tom Jewell up into P7, Enzo up into P8, and Luke into P9. Michael Marlowe on the back of Luke Baker on his 8-lap-old softs against 8-lap-old mediums. Greg Woolley going into the pits at 2. Is this a double stack from Red Bull? No, I think that is just on time. Yes, it is. Only just. Maybe 1 second or 2 seconds later and it would have been even better. But that promotes Nelson Santos back up into P12. All the drivers here going onto the hard tires. Jessica Harrison still on 7-lap-old softs. The guys in front all on 8-lap-old softs, as Jeremy Edwards just made a Michael Edwards, I'm sorry, as Michael Edwards just got a 3-second time penalty from going very wide, as that is Jared, who got past Jeremy Pope 9 seconds behind. 9 seconds up the road is the battle for P1, as they have the Haas of, is that all of them diving into the pits? That's the both McLarens double stacking. I'm not sure if that was the right call to do. Maybe they should have been in a party and one should have been the lap before or the lap later. I think the lap before would be better, but this is Riley Manning who's gonna lose out massively to the cars behind. He's gonna have one hell of a job to catch back up. Team P6 gone back out again, now in P6 still. Where will he end up on the track, as we have the guys that are not in the pits? Thomas MacGyver still ghosted. He will get overtaken by Nelson Santos very shortly. They all getting in between, as Tim actually comes out in P6, does not lose out that much. But now 11 make that 12 seconds behind Luke Baker on his mediums in P5. Jared Fosbury now gets promoted up into first place on his 9-lap-old mediums as he is pulling away from Jeremy Pope and Tom Jewell, who are fighting each other on 9-lap-old softs. The fact that they're fighting each other is giving Jared the massive opportunity to pull away, and also the fact that these softs are 9-lap-olds already and the mediums too. The softs are starting to wear out and the mediums are not yet. So he can make moves now as he is quite a few seconds up the road from his teammate Tim, who had first place before they all went into the pits. Will he get his first place back, or will Jared's strategy to start on the mediums work out in the end? Will he pit in the middle of this race for the hards, or is he gonna stretch these mediums so he can make it onto a set of softs? We'll see what he will do, as we have Tom Jewell, who was in P5, now going into the pits, who was only 12 seconds ahead of Tim, which is not a lot, so he now gets... Tim actually overtakes Tom Jewell, same with Ross Dennell, Michael Edwards and Nelson Santos, even Thomas MacGyver overtaking Tom Jewell. Riley Manning, can he? Yes, he does overtake Tom Jewell, as Tom Jewell just gets out of the pit lane, just in front of Johnny. Johnny trying to go around the outside, and he makes the move. Joseph Mandeville back in P11. No points for him this week, not yet, as we have the fresh mediums of Riley Manning in front. 10-lap-old softs for Thomas MacGyver. Is this his AI or is he driving himself? I'm not sure, but also 10-lap-old softs for Jessica Harrison. When are these two going to pit? We will see that in a bit. Well, once they do, of course. 5 seconds behind Greg Woolley, 2 seconds up the road Tom Spicer, both Red Bull teammates. As Tom Spicer now getting on the back of Johnny in his racing point. For the fight for P14 is 8 tenths behind, going through Maggots and Baggots and through Chapel. 9 tenths now, back to 8 tenths, goes on to 7 tenths, opens up the DRS. And the ERS, of course, goes down, makes the gap go down to only 3 tenths, make that 4 tenths, back to 6 tenths on the exit. Will he be able to get past? We'll see, as there is Thomas MacGyver going into the pits, Enzo going into the pits, Jeremy Pope going into the pits, losing out massively. The undercut from Tom Jewell has worked, as he gets out only 1.5 seconds in front of Jeremy Pope. Jose Mandeville promoted into P8 because of that. Will he be able to hold on to his point-paying positions as he is making the overtake on Riley Manning on the straight? No, he cannot make the move stick. Trying to go around the outside, trying to go around the outside again for the long right-hander, as he lost the car on the entry of the long right-hander. You can see the back end sliding as he is still on the back, and that is actually Michael Marlowe out of the race. He has retired. Is that damage? It must have been damage, as he is literally there standing next to the road. Yeah, NSR Storm is a long way back to see that car still, so we won't be able to switch to the cockpit view, as Tom Spice actually got past Johnny his racing point. As we have another person spun, that is Nelson Santos in his Mercedes spun, coming out of the corner after the straight, didn't pick up any damage, no VSC, no safety car, as that promotes Riley Manning and Ross Dennell, all of them back up. I think only Riley Manning, because 10 seconds there. The rest of them is all 10 seconds ahead. Jared still on his 12-lap-old mediums. Luke on his 12-lap-old mediums too. Luke 9.5 seconds behind Jared. Tim make that 8 seconds behind Luke. I don't think that is enough time for Jared to make a pit stop and stay in front, but he will not lose out that much time. The multiplayer car is so clapped. Love getting sideswiped. Michael Marlowe getting sideswiped apparently. That's his side of the story. All I can suggest is clip it and send it to the stewards and they will know what to do with it. Jared still in P1 going through the final few corners as we had just Jose Mandeville overtaking Riley Manning around the outside of the fast right-hander, which is something I would not want to do, go side by side through there, but some drivers do. Yeah, I mean, do as you like. As long as it's clean, I think everyone's happy. Driver's gonna get points anyway, so won't do anything. Well, I mean, I won't stop you from trying and I won't stop you from not trying it. I won't force you to try and I won't stop you from trying, so yeah, do whatever you like, I'd say. As Jose Mandeville is actually faster on his 11 lap hards compared to 3 lap old mediums, or it might be Riley Manning's setup, or he is just not confident with driving on this track. As we have Michael Edwards and Ross Dillon both on the back of Tim Mercedes, both within a second of each other. Tim is making the gap between him and Luke Baker also only smaller, which was before 9 seconds is now 8 seconds, as Luke is losing out to Jared Fosbury, as Jared has now lapped Jessica Harrison. Yeah. NSR Storm 2, but that's an AI car. Luke picking up another 3-second time penalty. As that's Michael Edwards 5/10 behind Tim Mercedes. Will he make the move into the corner? No, he does not. He sticks behind. He stays behind. As Ross Dillon is actually losing out. He's now 1 second behind the two of them. Tom Spicer picking up a penalty as we have Jeremy Pope on the back of Enzo. 5/10 only, as Nelson Santos and Tom Jewell are having a fight. Nelson Santos diving up the inside of Tom Jewell, now tries to go for the switchback move. Can he make it work? As he picks up a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner, which promotes Tom Jewell back into P8. They are 1.1 second behind Riley Manning. Riley Manning not really confident on his medium tires, as he is actually losing out to Jose Mandeville. Not that much though, only 6/10 behind. Will Tom Jewell and Nelson Santos both get him, which will give Mercedes even more points. The Renaults are looking strong right now, getting a loads of points, as the gap between Tim and Luke is now only 5/10, as we have a... Is that Tom Spicer? Yes, it is Tom Spicer, who spun in the first couple of turns, and Nelson Santos, who spun after the first sector, after the first straight, and that we have the safety car. This is the prime opportunity for Jared Fosbury and Luke Baker to make their pit stop. Jared Fosbury, who will actually, he could make the softs last, he could opt for the hards, and what is he going to do? I do not know. Will he come out in first place, as Tim actually dives down the pits with him? Yes, Jared Fosbury will then actually come in first place, as they are all diving in for a set of softs. Jose Mandeville diving in for a set of softs too. Yes, that is. And did Tim get held up? No, he will not get held up by the team, and that's another set of softs going onto his car. Will he come out in front of his rivals? No, he will not come out in front of Michael Edwards, but he will come out in front of Ross Dillon, as Enzo actually stays out on these freshly new medium tires, 3-lap old medium tires. How long is he gonna be able to stay into the podium paying positions, as that is Luke Baker now letting his teammate back past under the safety car, as we have Jared Fosbury. That safety car was perfectly timed to get him into the pits, get him onto softs, and now he is in the prime positions to take the win today. As we then have Jared Fosbury followed by Enzo, followed by his teammate Luke Baker, as they keep switching positions, the two of them. I don't know what's going on there. Michael Edwards behind them. We have the ghost of NSR Storm in between. Tim Bruce-Daly is behind Michael Edwards, Ross Denholm behind that. Jose Mandeville, who just got pitted onto the softs, behind them, 11 seconds back, but this is a safety car period, so he will catch up to the field. Tom Jewell in P8 on fresh softs. He will probably overtake Enzo, as all of the soft runners will do. Riley Manning behind. Then in 10th we have Jeremy Pope, as that is the car of Thomas MacGyver, who is still ghosted, I think. Yes, he is in P11. Nelson Santos in P12. Johnny in his racing point in P13. Craig Woolley P14. Billy Mossam P15. Reese March P16. P17 for Jessica Harrison. 18 for Tom Spicer, and 19 for NSR Storm, who has actually, yeah, still ghosted, so he won't be able to do anything. As we will now wait for everyone to catch back up to the field, and then for the safety car to go in. Probably not this lap, since Tom Spicer is almost half the whole track behind, as we are waiting for Jessica Harrison and Tom Spicer both to catch up to the field. Once that happens, they will all go into the safety car will go into the pits, and we will have about a 7, maybe 8 lap sprint till the end, as that is actually Johnny in his racing point serving a 5-second time penalty, and there he goes, pitted onto the softs again, since as that is Jessica Harrison, gets overtaken by Jessica Harrison into the pits. Also Tom Spicer will also go past him, as he is now in dead last, since NSR Storm is a lap behind, well, 3 laps behind of everyone. Comes out of the pits now, not too far back, as we are waiting for these 3 to catch up to the field. Everyone warming up their tires. Ferrari teammates in P2 and 3. What will they be able to do? I have no idea. We'll see about that. Sorry. I was just checking if my mic was on mute since last time, which means you wouldn't be able to hear me this whole race, so that would be very weird. But I was talking to Michael Marlowe, who typed some things in chat, so the fact that he could hear me, I shouldn't be too focused about being muted. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. As we have Jessica Harrison going actually really slowly, as she has caught up to the back of them. As we have Tom Spicer flying up on the back of Jessica Harrison. Now we're waiting for Johnny in his racing point to catch up. The safety car will stay out for one more lap. Then next lap we will be lap 18. The safety car will go in. We will then have a 7-lap dash to the end. Well, a dash you can't really call it, as that is Greg Woolley diving into the pits. He must have picked up damage because he just pitted for fresh softs. So he must have picked up damage. He will be in P18 then. And will have to catch back up to the safety car as he pits on mediums. That must be a mistake. Or no, he's serving a 5-second time penalty and pits back onto the mediums. Maybe not having any fresh softs left. Very unfortunate for Greg Woolley. That is his race probably thrown out of the window. There's a couple more. There's about 3 other medium runners, because let's say NSR Storm, he's not gonna do anything this race. So, and there is Tom Spicer and Jessica Harrison both getting 5-second penalties for ignoring yellow flags. Are they going to pit and serve these penalties on the safety car restart, or are they going to get them added to their time at the end of the race? Who are all on mediums, so does not really matter that much. No, Tom Spicer is on soft, so it could matter for him, but Jessica Harrison, I don't know. Will she be able to get into the points on these mediums? I don't think she will, so I don't think it is worth it to actually pit for the 5-second time penalty and just get it added at the end of the race. Tom Spicer, on the other hand, if he can make his softs work, I wouldn't pit in his case either. Just let it get added at the end of the race, because he's gonna lose out massively if he does the 5-second stop on the safety car restart. And if he lets it get added to his time at the end of the race, he will also fall back down the order, but maybe not as much, as we actually have the cars at the back almost standing still. What am I looking at? That's what I mean. Yeah, there is a big gap between Thomas MacGyver and the rest of the pack, as Jared Fosbury has not gone yet. Am I lucky? Because I was looking at the back. With Enzo on his 5-lap of mediums behind him, what is he going to do? As Enzo actually lost the back end there, you can see him sliding out of the corners, and we are on the way. That is the safety car restart. Green flags around the whole track again, but in GT3 racing, endurance racing, safety cars bring out safety cars. So is this the case? No, it is not in F1, as we actually, am I lucky to cut to this view at the right moment? Riley Manning trying to go down the inside of Jeremy Pope, which didn't work, as that is Nelson Santos going around the outside of Riley Manning, who actually picked up a 3-second time penalty. Riley Manning did. Enzo still in P2, losing out to Jared, is now 1 second behind, as Luke Baker will be looking to get past his teammate as soon as possible to catch up to Jared and to get this race win. And that is Riley Manning and Billy, who have crashed out massively, it seems like. NSR Storm was in the mix too, apparently, or it was his fault, I have no idea. Right, and that is another safety car. What will this do? Very unlucky for Riley Manning and Billy, and also very annoying for the drivers still out on track. Will they pit for new mediums or will they not? As Nelson Santos gets a 5-second time penalty for serving a collision with Jeremy Pope. Jose Mandeville back into the points after a disaster after his race start being a disaster, is now up into P7, and knowing his pace, he will be able to make up for it, and he will take some more penalties, as we have Greg Woolley going into the pits. I can tell you one person who is very lucky with this safety car. It will be Enzo in P2 on his 7-lap old mediums, because this is about 1 or 2 laps extra that he cannot get overtaken by anyone else. Lucky bastard he is, as we will be waiting for Greg Woolley to catch back up to the field, and as soon as he caught up, the safety car will go in again, as we will then probably have a 5-lap dash to the end. 5 laps. Can we call that a dash? In my eyes, yes we can. Yeah. Greg Woolley trying to catch back up. Well, trying, it's a safety car, so he doesn't really have to try that much. Very unlucky for all these drivers who have actually had to retire. Billy and Riley Manning, who got their races actually done, probably by each other. Just clip it, send it to the stewards, and they will know what to do with it. Very unfortunately, I did not catch that on camera, whatever happened there, because I was too busy looking at Luke trying to get past his teammate, which eventually didn't happen because we had another safety car coming out. Riley Manning leaving the session. Well, I mean, he crashed out, so there's no point in staying, unless you want to see the ending. Same for Billy Mussel. As we now only have 16 drivers remaining, since NSR Stone is 2 laps down on the 2 DNF cars. We're still 3 laps down on the rest of the field, which means NSR Storm, his AI car, will end up in P17 at the end. Craig Woolley did catch up back to the field. as we have a bit of a gap between Nelson Santos and Jeremy Pope. I guess that is because Nelson Santos does not want another 5-second time penalty added to his time, since he hit the back of him last time. He does not want that again. So yes, if that was me, I would be a bit more careful the next time too. Let's get back to the front of the field, as the safety car will probably go in this lap, and then we will have 5 laps left till the end of the race. So let's just wait for that, as we have everyone actually pretty close together. But what do you expect? It's a safety car. And then, as I said, it was true. Safety cars bring out safety cars, as we saw. The safety car close up the field. Riley Manning and Billy trying to make a move on this straight we are going on right now. Well, we just came off that straight. They had a crash there. Safety cars bring out safety cars. We had one safety car this whole race, which came at which was the prime time for Jared to actually pit and stay in front of all the other drivers. Since that has happened, Jared is so lucky, might be able to win this race. And then we had the second safety car right now, because safety cars bring out safety cars. Will the safety car bring out another safety car? I don't think it will, because we are very close to the end. If something happens, it might be a VSC, but I think that's a very small chance too, as the safety car is going in this lap, and Jared Fosbury is closing up the field, slowing down the field, getting his tires warm and ready to go again. Enzo followed by Enzo Dutois, if I'm saying that right, on 8 lap old mediums against all the runners behind him on 4 lap old softs. What is he gonna mean to do, as Jared is going right now? He has a 6, 7 tenth gap to Enzo Dutois in second, who is on the mediums, but also a very good restart from Jared. As actually Enzo Dutois had a very good restart too. Luke Baker almost a second behind outside the DRS. Is the DRS enabled? I'm not sure. I don't think it is, since the timer is not going. So no DRS yet. DRS will be activated again next lap, if I'm not wrong. Everyone back on 100% ERS. As we have a lot of drivers down here. Tim Bruce-Dalins, he is the man to watch out for, since he wants that podium and he wants to have his points for either 1 for the team and 2 for his personal championship for the driver standings. Jose Mandeville behind Ross Denholm, who's behind Tim. Jose Mandeville will be looking to get past Ross Denholm, then past Tim Bruce-Dalins, which is not going to be easy, as we had Greg Woolley and Jessica Harrison fighting each other. Thomas MacGyver still ghosted. Tom Spicer on the back of Johnny is racing point. Both racing points actually right there, as he is going, tried to make move rounds the outside, did not make it. As we have Nelson Santos trying to go down the inside of Jeremy Pope, as that is Jared setting the fastest lap with a 1:27.3, and that is Jose Mandeville who actually ended his race. I have no idea what happened there, and what was the point of that? NSR Storm actually hitting Jose Mandeville, a VSC. As I said, it will bring out a VSC, not a full safety car anymore. Is this good for Jared and Enzo Dutois? I have no idea, to be honest. I do have Jared in my friends list, so that's going to be easy to invite. Same for Luke. And that's the VSC gone, as Jared actually gets a very good restart. Enzo Dutois now 2 seconds behind, getting Luke trying to make a move around the inside, and he does make the move, as he now gets up into P2. 10 lap old mediums against all these 6 lap old softs. How many more positions is he going to lose, as we had actually the racing point of Johnny, who has actually spun out 2 in the second sector. I'm sorry for not noticing that. I was too busy with the fight down here in the front as we are going 3 wide down the straight. Riley Manning, Riley Manning as Tom Jewell actually so lucky behind the 3-way battle. The 3 side-by-side cars on the straight, very lucky Tom Jewell, he got past. Seats Ross Dennell, Tim Bruce-Dalins, and was it Nelson Santos going down the inside of Jeremy Pope, finally makes the move. Reese March will be looking to go down the inside of Jeremy Pope too, same for Tom Spicer as he's on the back of Reese March. Will he tries to make a move around the outside? He does not. He tries to go for a switchback. He's around the outside, tries to go for another switchback. Cut in a bit too early if you ask me, as the DRS is enabled, ERS on, and they are pulling out. And will this be Tom Spicer trying to make them as they hit each other? Does that no damage from Tom Spicer as Craig Woolley got past the ghost of Thomas MacGyver. Jared 2.7 seconds in front of the car in second, which is Luke. As we have actually everyone behind Enzo, which is Michael Edwards, everyone getting held up by the Ferrari of Enzo. Michael Edwards just picking up the 3-second time penalty, getting followed by Tom Jewell. This is Tom Jewell's chance to get a podium. I would be very happy to see him get a podium. I hope he wants it and I hope he's going to get it, but as at this time Enzo Dutoit is still defending very well against Michael Edwards and Tom Jewell and Ross Dennell. Team Bruce-Daley is actually losing out. Does he have damage? Yes, he does have damage on his right front wing. He's missing an end plate. That's another 3-second time penalty adding to his time. 3-second time penalty picked up for Enzo Dutoit just now. Luke Baker will not be able to catch back up to Jared. Does Jared have time penalties or will he win the race? This is the battle to watch for the battle for P3, as we have Tom Jewell and Ross Denholm actually fighting. Ross Denholm, who went around the outside of Tom Jewell, who made the move, as we have Reese March finally going around the 8-lap old mediums of Jeremy Pope. Tom Spicer will be looking to go around to actually make the move on Jeremy Pope too, as we have Craig Woolley very far back. Jessica Harrison even further back. Will she be able to get the ghost of Thomas MacGyver? I have no idea. There's no points for these positions. So as Jared is actually building the gap even bigger and bigger now. 3.2 seconds. As Enzo Dutoit is on the grass and he lost out to Michael Edwards, who is now into the podium places, looking to close the gap between Luke Baker and getting inside the DRS to close the gap even more. Might get P2 if he does a good job. Ross Denholm will be looking to get around the to make the move on Enzo Dutoit too. Same will be Tom Jewell. Team Bruce-Daley is 2.8 seconds behind with his damaged car, as there is the Mercedes of Nelson Santos, who also has damage on his front right, an end plate missing. Will he be able to get Team Bruce-Daley's, or will he not? Both missing an end plate, both on the different sides. Reese March trying to close the gap between him and the damaged Nelson Santos and Team Bruce-Daley's. Tom Jewell 6 tenths behind Ross Denholm. Ross Denholm 3 tenths behind Enzo Dutoit. Will he be able to get past, as this is actually the last lap of the race and we are still looking at this battle between this three-way battle for P4 that is going on. Will they be able to make it work? And then this battle between Michael Edwards and Luke Baker, which is not really a battle because they're not close enough at all, as he was actually outside the DRS detection zone, Michael Edwards, so he will not be able to make it. As we will go, let's go on board with Jared Fosbury and join him to go over the line in first place. Will he keep first place? As he keeps first place, Luke Baker second place. Michael Edwards jumps to second. Ross Denholm jumping to second. Michael Edwards staying third, as then we have Tom Jewell in P4, Enzo Dutoit P5, P6 for Team Bruce Dalins, P7 for Luke Baker, Reese March P8, Thomas MacGyver P9, his ghost car, still got some points, Craig Woolley P10, 1 point, as that is 11th for Jeremy Pope, 12th for Tom Spicer, and 13th for Jessica Harrison. Jared Fosbury getting driver of the day, well deserved, I would say. Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? It's a very eventful race. As I've never doubted F5 always delivers, as we can see again this week. That is Jared Fosbury. I'm sorry for skipping his podium celebration. Yes, beautiful. Indeed, beautifully done, Jared. I will send you an invite also for Ross Denholm and Michael Edwards. So let's do that now. I've run down the grid with you already, so we're not doing that again. Where is Jared Fosbury? Should be at the I. Must be offline then. The I. There he is, IRL Neon. Jared Fosbury, I have sent you an invite, as the next invites will be going to Ross Denholm and to Michael Edwards, as I actually... Let's go on Discord and get the drivers, get the spreadsheet, so I can see their in-game, their PSN names to invite them. There is one of them. If you have them as a friend, yeah, yes, please. It is Michael Edwards and Ross Denholm. Yeah. Yeah, and Mystic, indeed. Thank you very much. There we go. Tim saying in the Discord, never saw a boy with such a luck to you. Well, well, I cannot disagree with him. That safety car came at the best possible time. As the F5 chat on Discord is actually going ham right now. I think that's for every division after a race. Have they joined already? No, they haven't. Oh yeah, wait. I need to. Oh yeah, yeah. That's my fault. Allow them. I should have allowed them before. I hope they will both join us.
Mystic might. Michael, I think, definitely will.
Okay. No, we'll just wait a bit and we'll see.
Yeah, Mystic's joining now.
Okay. As there is indeed Ross Denholm joining the party. Will we see Michael Edwards joining the party? I have no idea. I'll ask him on Discord.
He's in the party now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Yep. So, let's start with you then, Jared.
Yep.
Won the race today. Must be very happy. Safety car came at the best possible time. Huh?
Well, yeah, I've got to agree. I'm over the moon. I'm actually really surprised, to be honest. As I got disqualified when I lost control of the car out of store and just tried to rejoin safely, and it said, "Oh, you're going the wrong way," even though I wasn't.
Yeah,
so I was really annoyed with that. But yeah, other than that, I just couldn't believe it. Safety car, perfect timing. I was like, yes, I'm in the pits now, soft tyres. I knew Tim was going to pit, and I just had to hold my own, basically, and just pray not to get pens and just literally sweat that final couple of laps, and it's literally killed me. I'm literally exhausted after that, and I've just got to say congratulations to Mystic and Mike as well. You know, you guys were there at a decent part way through the race, and for me being all the way to the back of the grid in 19th, I actually wasn't expecting to win, and you guys could have easily won the race as well. But I've got to say it's a good result because, yeah, I'm just over the moon. I'm happy I've scored more points than Tim today.
Yeah, I can imagine you're over the moon today. Very unfortunate for Luke Baker though, since he was on the same strategy as you. But yeah, he had too many pens. Yeah, you did get disqualified in quali. That was very unfortunate, but seems like you made up for it in the race, like I said you would do. Very well done then today. Yeah, on 25 points, another 25 points under your belt for the Drivers' Championships, and for Renault for the Constructors.
Well, actually 26, because I got the fastest lap as well.
Yes,
which
that's
is,
true.
gonna hurt
26 for both championships, which will be very good for you. As Tim again in the YouTube chat saying that you're very lucky. Well, Tim, I think we know by now. You said it twice. Let's move on to our second place then, I guess, which was Ross Denholm, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going through your mind actually after such a race? Being at the front the whole time, then having the safety car, having to get back to the front. Tell us.
Just happy.
Yeah,
Got another second after last year in F3. Got a second last year. Should have won last year, but second place again. Back to back at Britain. Well done to Jared, obviously, for winning from the back, but happy with second, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember last year I was racing too. I should have won that, but okay. I
don't think so. I should have.
Well, I could have won it if I went for the right strategy. Yeah, you're qualifying. Also, was it? I'm not quite sure where you qualified, but you did.
Got third.
Well, yeah, very good qualifying then. Was at the front of the race the whole time. Oh yeah, true. But then after the safety car, having to cut back through all the cars in front to get back up to the field, which you did very well. You won by penalties. Very lucky for you too. You must be happy with that second place.
I'm very happy. Unlucky to Tim, obviously. But,
yeah, very unlucky to Tim, calling it undeserved Jared's first place, but it is what it is. So I'll leave the question for next week up after I did Michael Edwards, and then I'll ask you three at the same time. So Michael Edwards, you got P3 today, also on pins, I think, or on track. I'm not sure. No, I think you crossed the line in second. No, you crossed the line third, so you kept third. So that's, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you must be very happy with the podium too. So tell me what's going on in your mind. How was your race? Talk us through.
10 points lost.
Okay then.
The second safety car and the VSCs that followed really just halted any progress through, so I couldn't catch up to Jared. But I mean, it is what it is. We're still happy with a podium.
Yeah, I would be happy too. That safety car really came in lucky for Enzo too, because he was on 8 lap old mediums at the end of the second safety car. He got the chance to stay ahead of you for longer than he should have. So yeah. If he wouldn't
was ridiculous.
Yeah, if he wouldn't be there, I think you and Luke would have been able to catch up to Jared and stay on the back of him. We would have then got a 3-way fight for the podium, I think. Well, maybe more, because there were multiple people on the softs, as you see Ross Denholm being very fast today. Yeah, very well done. GG for getting another podium. And then let me ask the three of you, how are you looking forward to Hanoi next week? Hanoi, Vietnam, if I'm not wrong, will be coming up next week.
Well, it won't be racing from a reserve.
Yeah, okay. That's...
Well, you never know, you could be racing, as some people got invited when they shouldn't have, but we'll just leave it at that.
You win.
There is a few people who get in seats moved, but like changed around and that. But I think Hanoi is going to be very interesting. It's just mini Spain for me, a terrible track. I can't drive. I'm either going to hit the wall or hit somebody. So
yeah, I think so too.
Don't hit me, Jared.
I think so too, that it will be very interesting since it's a new track on the calendar, same as Zandvoort, but Zandvoort was... I love the track. I could have won both F4 and FP, but yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, Michael Edwards, anything to say about Hanoi or?
I'm a fan of Hanoi.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So,
I do like that. I do like the track.
So we'll see you back up there next week?
Hopefully, but high chance of safety cars there, so...
Yeah,
Never know,
probably
it could
there
be a
will
similar
be...
situation.
Third sector is a very tricky part of the track. Yeah, Jared already saying that he will be into the wall next week, so looking forward to that. I've been waiting until you bottle, since that's what I got told all the time. So, well, yeah, I mean, you bottled quali, but that's not a race, so yeah. Very lucky for you, first place, but I'm still waiting for you to bottle. So hopefully next week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was it for today, for this week. And thanks for joining us, and I'll see you again next week.